Welcome back to the garage. Today we're doing that rear fender, making some struts to hold that fender in place, drill a couple holes, get it mounted to the bottom of the frame. And we need to change out the cutting disc on the grinder. We have a grinder disc in there, we gotta put a cutting disc in there and start cutting away. Let's do it. Grab these at Harbor Freight, it's pretty cheap. $2 or $3. Went from a grinding disc to a cutting disc. It's thinner. All right, I think we're good. I already did a little bit of shaping on it. They didn't leave me too much to work with. So we cut this back, kind of shaping it around the edges, grind this nice, get this all nice and even. I started this the other night and realized that we need to do a cutting disc because it wasn't cutting too well. So we're gonna continue following this little line that we made. We'll come down and make a bracket to mount to the bottom of the frame. So I don't know if you can see this, but we got to redo all these edges. They're sharp. The cutting wheel doesn't do a fantastic job of it, but it knocks it down enough that we can just start working it now with the grinder. Round everything off real nice. Thinking about putting a series of holes on either side to match that girder front end. See how it goes. Definitely getting there. Pull that out a little more. Test it. I don't know if you can see, but there's some mounting tabs down below, right at the bottom there. We're gonna drill some holes today, get this thing all mounted up. But this fender wasn't even made for this bike. We're kind of getting it to fit somewhat correctly. I honestly don't think we're gonna body work or paint anything. I think we're just gonna powder coat everything. Get a good distance between the tire and the fender. Take up a belt, a serpentine belt from a car, cut as long as you need. Cut a piece off, take this belt, and that'll give you a pretty decent clearance because it's a rigid. That fender's not gonna move, that tire's not gonna move. So where you put it is where it stays. Get that up a little bit higher, shove something else in there. Take some electric tape, and we'll tape that fender on right where we want it so it doesn't move around when we take our measurements of those bottom. I almost resorted to an eyeliner because I couldn't find a marker, but we got one. We're gonna mark these holes on the bottom. Alright, so we got these steel bosses. Pop them right here. Do the same thing on the other side. We're gonna take a run to the metal shop and go grab some steel. So I figured instead of putting another bracket here and then coming in, just use the same bracket for the brake. Go straight up. We'll use that one on the other side. Top off, hopefully it fits like a glove. So we're gonna head to the hardware store, we're gonna grab some steel, we're gonna grab some hardware for that fender, gonna run over to the local Harley Davidson and grab spark plugs, wires, and some throttle cables. And then we're gonna head back and get back to work on that fender. Here we are, Harley Davidson. Let it rip. All right, so it looks like we're gonna have to run home, grab a plug, grab a wire, and bring the old Buell throttle cables back to Harley. They need to match it up. So we're back in the garage. When I got this bike, this cylinder was open and had no plug in it. This one had a plug in it. So I wanted to run the Harley, grab stock plugs for it. I don't know how long it's been open. This side's been opened up for, so I'm gonna just soak it down with some WD and just let it sit in there. And then I want to get the plugs on here so no debris gets into the cylinders. And we got some brand new plugs. And I actually picked up some brand new wires too. These yellow ones look kind of silly. We also picked up some brand new wires. He said they're for I think for an old bagger, like an old 90s, early 90s bagger, but they're perfect length for what we're doing here. And they have the 90s on both ends. So we got the hardware. We got steel rod. We're gonna keep on going on this rear fender. I'm gonna do these in Allen's, I think. Final assembly, Allen heads. Get some tape on there and tape it down. Oh, Lord. Hi, Mr. B. Say hi to everybody. All right. All right, gotta get in the house. Go in the house. No! Here's the somewhat finished product. Rear fender, I did the same holes. Very similar to the girder front end, kind of keeping that look going. Made some crazy strong struts. They just need to be completely welded up. Everything's just tacked in. Using the same bracket from the brakes on the strut. I redid the rear fender. I cut those other struts off that I made some new ones. They got to be welded a lot better, but at least it's in place now. I like the shape of the fender, but I hated those struts that I made. I'm gonna be flip-flopping all over the place with this thing, but I think it looks a lot better than what I had before. Next episode, we're gonna tackle getting the tank situated, get that mounted. Subscribe to the channel, and if you like this video, hit the like button. We'll see you next time. Later.